There's no such thing as sight reading. And root versus parent key. What do I mean by that? Someone commented that I was mixing terminology. Well, I didn't think that the way I was defining the terms was outside the mainstream, but I've been wrong before. So let's see what Google said. So let's see. In music, the root refers to the fundamental note of the chord, while the parent key or parent scale is the key from which a specific mode is derived. And later it says the root is the starting point of a single chord, while the parent key is the source for the whole family of scales. Good, so that's what I thought it meant, and if anybody wants to define it a different way, you're welcome to. But when I talk about root versus parent key or parent scale, that's what I mean. So if I'm in the key of C, if you're in the key of C, you can build a scale starting on note 1 of the C scale, C Ionian, and its corresponding harmony would be C major. And so your root is C, and your parent key is also C. But I could also start on note 2 of the C scale, D, and build a D Dorian scale, or its corresponding harmony, a D minor chord, or a D minor 7 chord. Stack as high as you want. And now my root is D, but my parent key is still C, right? That still functions within the family of C major. I could start on the 3rd note, E, and build a Phrygian scale or the corresponding harmony. And now my root is E, but my parent key, it still functions within the key of C major. Now, if I am reading, composing, or improvising music in the key of C major, and I need a D minor chord, well, there's more than one right way to get the spelling for that chord, right? Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to start on note 2 of the C scale, which is D, and I'm going to stack the notes of the chord based on my parent key, no sharps, no flats. So I'll start on D and I stack it, D, F, A, C, and I get the notes of the chord. Now there's no alterations to be made. I don't have to lower any thirds or lower any sevenths because the F natural and the C natural is already in the key signature. I'm basing the spelling on the parent key. Now, you could choose instead to build that chord based on the major key of the root. You could say that a D minor 7 chord starts off in the key of D major, and you take 1, 3, 5, 7, D, F sharp, A, C sharp, and then you have to lower the 3rd, so the F sharp becomes an F, and lower the 7th, so the C sharp becomes a C, and now you have arrived at the notes D, F, A, C, and that's also correct. But in order to do that, you have to start off in the wrong key, and then go through a list of algorithmic steps, right, to change the wrong notes into the right notes, and you end up in the same place. There's just a lot more steps involved. If you wanted to, you could build intervals above the bass. You could put D in the bass and count up 3 half steps to get the minor 3rd F, and then start on the D again and count up 7 half steps to get the perfect 5th, and you'd still end up with D, F, A, C. You'd end up in the same place. But again, there's a lot more steps involved if you do it that way. So, for me, if I'm reading, composing, or improvising in the key of C, and I need to build a D minor chord, a 2 chord in the key of C, I'm going to base that spelling on my parent key, C major. If I'm in the key of C, I'm going to base all of my harmonies and all of my stepwise motion on the key of C major. So there's no alterations to be made. That way, every time the root changes, I don't have to switch keys in my head and jump through a list of hoops to to find my spelling. But if one of those other methods works better for you, you're welcome. You're welcome to do that. It gets you to the same place. So there's more than one right way to play music and to think about music. But some are more useful and more efficient than others. My name's Mark Dooley. I've been a private music teacher for 36 years, focused on practical theory and music literacy. If you'd like to hear more, follow me. If you'd like lessons, contact me. If you can learn how to read words, you can learn how to read music.